everyone, I'm Alli and welcome to my channel. A few weeks ago, I posted a patio makeover video and I showed you this wood sign that I'm making today and said that I would be posting a video later on about it. So here is that video today. My original plan was to include this sign in that video. However, it's a pretty involved project and I realized that video was already getting too long, so I wanted to make it its own video so you can get a really good in-depth tutorial on how you can make this super easy wood wall art. The best part of this project is that it requires absolutely zero power tools, and I'm even including a free pattern on my blog, which I will talk about as we jump into this video. So let's just go right over to this tutorial. To get started, the supplies you'll need are a wood sign or a pre-cut wood board. Mine was 12 by 16, 4 to 5 pieces of balsa wood, which is super easy to cut and found at the craft store, a utility knife, tape measure, pencil, and scissors. First, I measured the inside dimensions of my wood sign, which came to 10 3/4 by 14 5/8 inches. That's how I created this pattern, which is 1/4 of the sign. You can find the link in my description. I've also made it so you can bring the image into any program and adjust it to the dimensions of your specific sign. As you cut out the pattern, be sure to keep the pieces in the correct order to prevent confusion. Now it's as simple as using the pattern to cut out your pieces. The pattern starts with the pieces in the top left corner of the sign. I laid the paper onto the balsa wood, traced it, and used a ruler to cut out a very nice straight line. Also, I want to say make sure you're very careful when using a utility knife. I've sped up the video a bit, so just make sure you go nice and slow and keep your fingers out of the way. And also just a few more tricks I learned while cutting. It's easier to cut the whole board down narrower to make it the width of the pieces. So all you have to do is cut the angled pieces and it goes a lot faster. It's also incredibly helpful to label the back of each piece to know where they'll go when it's time to assemble. Now, to make the other sides of the sign, you can take the pattern pieces and flip them to the mirror side you just worked on. Then just repeat that process until you have the 3 remaining sides. Since this is a super repetitive thing, I'm just going to finish the rest of this sign off camera, and I'll see you when all the pieces are cut out. Once the pieces are cut, it's time to paint them. The pattern is labeled with what color the pieces need to be painted. Of course, you can customize the colors to whatever you want. Also, as you paint, make sure to keep the pieces in the correct order. Painted pieces are drying, take the remaining pieces, which are the small triangles, and stain them. I'm using my favorite early American stain, and all I did was rub it on and then let it dry for a few hours before moving on. So I will admit, I messed up while doing this DIY and a few pieces got mixed up and I realized I miscut a few pieces while editing this video. So I ended up prying the frame off the sign just to make sure everything lined up and fit when I glued down the pieces. So please label everything, make sure you double check how you're cutting, and I can't stress that part enough. I used hot glue to attach the pieces, but you could also use wood glue. I started with the white pieces to center everything up, then moved outward from there. Once I was finished gluing down the pieces, I reattached the frame and backing with hot glue. So that is how you make this really easy wood sign. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you like more of these kind of in-depth single project videos, I would love to hear it. I did one other woodworking kind of video a couple weeks ago. I did a Moroccan tile tray. Has to hands down be one of my favorite DIYs I've ever made, so I highly recommend you go check that out. And if you haven't watched my patio makeover video yet, that's probably my favorite video on my channel, so head over and watch that. It's part of my new rental redesign series as I begin to make over my brand new apartment. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like and hit that subscribe button. I would love to have you here in the Actually Alli community. It is growing and I'm so excited to see it. So also thank you to everyone who's already been subscribed. I just appreciate every single one of you. And that's all I have for you in this video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!